Let's shoot it at the barrier shield here and see what happens. And nothing. Alright, there it goes off the orbit. That's unfortunate. Hey guys, today we're going to look at Touch of Malice. So, my wife was lucky enough to get this. She always gets these first, it feels like. Where I do not, I feel like, ever get them. It'll be like next year when I get this probably. But anyways, Touch of Malice. So the final round of the magazine deals bonus damage drawn from the wielder's life force and then regenerates itself rapidly, defeating 3 targets in a row, restores health. Charged with Blight. Precision hits drain combatants' life force. You charge up a ball. Basically, after 10 precision hits, you shoot a Taken Knight's ball at people. It poisons them, it blinds them, but what it doesn't tell you there is you do double damage with Touch of Malice after or while they're poisoned or while they're blinded. I'll show you that like later on in the video, but I feel like that's something they should probably mention here. So first thing with this gun, right, is the last bullet does extra damage, but it's going to hurt you with every shot. So Titans would be the go-to, I think, for this, in my opinion. So you want to put on your Rally Barricade because it has the smaller cooldown, so you'll get it back sooner. Pair that with your Loraly helmet for the sunspot and restoration, and then you want to put on an Ember of Solace just to be safe to get that extra restoration time. And then we'll see here, but yeah, you can just go nuts shooting. Once it gets down low enough, you know, Loraly's going to pop your sunspot, your restoration's going to kick in. And then by the time you run out of restoration, your Rally Barricade's basically back. So pretty solid. Titans, no problem. Warlocks, you can you can use your healing riffs, no big deal. Your wells, all that, but definitely Titans are the best just because it's no effort needed. Loraly will do all the work for you, and you don't really have to worry about it too much. But Warlocks, you do got your Necrotic Grip, but I don't think that's going to save the poison from this weapon. It's just over way too sudden. It's just not long enough to make any difference. There. I loaded the Taken Ball. I'm going to shoot it at Carl. Let's see what happens. There he is. Carl's blinded. He's taking a little bit of poison damage. It wears off fast, though. So here's an example of Taken Ball. So Carl got blinded. He's a yellow bar, right? But I just want to show it doesn't blind all yellow bars. Everything's the same as far as that goes. The barrier here, this is on Master Nightfall. Totally cool. Not blinded one single bit. So now as far as using this for boss damage, solo play anyways, it's not my first choice. So, you know, it's getting a little bit of damage, you know, as far as a primary, not the worst, but the restoration is just keeping you alive with that single shot as is. If you had the boss damage on top of that, especially from Phrygia, I don't think I said that name right, but Phrygia's little eyeball blast there, that extra damage, it's not worth the struggle. The damage isn't worth the struggle in solo play. Now, as for kind of the easier 6-person activities like the raid, you know, not terrible. Look, there's good numbers. We've got a well and divinity going here. It's getting, you know, 17,000 on each crit. Not bad. You know, same here. That's not bad, especially as a backup weapon if you're at a heavy. And if you're pumping out this, all right, there we go. Not the worst. So this is just footage from my wife playing from the raid. So I just had to record this because we're going to see here, we're going to wipe in a second, and she was getting good numbers. Like, she was giving me a run for my money even, and I was doing the Izanagi's Cataclysm bait and switch meta. So, you know, 4.6 million. Now, take in mind that's her using Touch of Malice and also Storm Chaser. So she would switch to Touch of Malice when she was running low on Storm Chaser ammo. But that's some good output from this gun. So now here we're just gonna see just some test on. We're just gonna use Oryx. So this is just her by herself. And we got Divinity and a well going, and she's Radiant. So, you know, there's some good numbers there going too, like 15k a shot when she hits the Divinity bubble. Again, like, that's okay, that's pretty solid. I get what people are talking about with this weapon now. Not terrible. You know, you're pairing that with Storm Chaser or an auto-loading rocket. Again, not the worst thing. Not bad. But you got to hit those shots, and you got to be in a situation where you can survive, where your health is not at risk. Because like I said, the extra damage, probably you're gonna pop. Now, what I'd like to see is, does the debuff they take from getting the Taken Blight shot at them, does that stack with Divinity? That's kind of the only thing left to test there. So I'm sure there's video out on it somewhere. We will test that when we get a chance. But 800,000 for a few seconds of damage with a primary, not terrible. She missed half her crits too, so we could easily seen that. I think 1.5. If the Taken Blight does stack with Divinity, then we're looking at 30k a hit, and then oh man, it's going up from there. So, not bad. Pretty good. Pretty good for 6 people active. Okay, let's go test this thing on Nightfall. So this is Master Nightfall of the week here. So Lightblade. So not bad. So there we go. The double damage kicked in there. It's great to get double damage and all, but it's a primary as well, right? So just for me, I don't know. For endgame content, not really a situation I want to put myself in, like hurting myself while I'm already like struggling my ass off to stay alive. So it'd be nice to be able to wipe out groups of ad with that Taken Ball instead of just blinds them and poisons them a little bit. So one thing with this gun that I found playing around with it a little bit is it takes some getting used to not reload. So here, we're gonna see me in a second here. Yeah, see, I just reload out of habit all the time, and for this one you don't really want to ever reload. Once you get to that one bullet, that's cool. You want to stay on that one bullet because that's the point of the gun. Just start taking the extra damage. So here we're gonna test it on a barrier. So restoration going. So just generic damage. Nothing special, really. Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens with that Taken Night ball. Let's shoot it at the barrier shield here and see what happens. And nothing. All right, there it goes off to orbit. That's unfortunate. That would have been pretty cool. Maybe if it would like take out their shields or stun them. So let's try and trigger the double damage. So we're already getting double from the single shot thing, but now we're gonna hit him with Taken Blight, get him poisoned here in a second, and then it's gonna double the double damage, if that makes sense. So right there. So pretty cool. So it's cool. It's a unique gun. That's great. As for its like utility and that, especially endgame stuff like Grandmasters and that, no, I don't think so. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna use it. The Taken Ball just moves too slow to get the blinding thing. I'd rather just throw in blinding mage, or now we can blind people with arc now too. So, and then as for damage, there's other primaries that do more damage, like Wishender now does crazy damage compared to this. So now keep in mind what I'm speaking about here is like the end game stuff, the stuff like Grandmasters where it's a tough struggle to survive under the best circumstances. So just to recap, we got a gun that does extra precision damage, double precision damage after it gets down to one bullet, but it hurts your health. So if you have some way to survive or proc restoration easily, like Loraly helmet, okay, that's a plus, no big deal. The double damage you're getting from precision hits can be doubled again if the target's affected by your Taken Blight, but the Taken Blight only lasts a few moments, not very long at all, and doesn't work on other weapons. So someone affected by the Taken Blight, heavies don't do extra damage, it looks like. So, a little benefit there. As for damage in DPSing a boss, yeah, if you're in a easy 6% activity where you have the luxury, you got the divinity, you got a well, you can proc the Taken Blight on them to get a few moments of extra damage. Yeah, you're looking at some pretty decent damage as far as the primary is concerned. All right, that's pretty good. For hard endgame activity like Grandmasters, in my opinion, is probably a no-go. Where if you're running around Red Barn, your health, where you can just get one shot by anything, that's not going to help you out if you're soloing it. It's not going to help you out if your team's kind of depending on you. So, it's kind of toss-up either way. Definitely fun. Definitely like to see, maybe this could replace the Rat King fad that's just been around since Destiny 2 started. Have 6 people running this instead of Rat King. Try something new, you guys. Yeah, that's it. if you're actually watching to the end of the video, please hit the subscribe button, just because that helps me out. This is a brand new channel, so yeah, just subscribe it. It's okay. You're subscribed to hundreds and hundreds of things, so what's one more? It's no big deal. All right, have a good one.